Set in remote England, Hollowbrook Manor is a relic of a bygone era. Its tall Gothic spires pierced the sky, and its ivy-covered walls whispered tales of mystery and horror. The mansion had been abandoned for decades, its dark windows looking carelessly out into the surrounding forest. Legend spoke of spirits wandering its halls, their restless souls bound to the place by an unspeakable tragedy. James and Emily Turner were drawn to Hollowbrook Manor because of its strange allure. Amateur ghost hunters have spent years exploring allegedly haunted sites, hoping to obtain definitive proof of the presence of the supernatural. When they learned that the mansion was for sale at a suspiciously low price, they could not resist the temptation. They quickly bought it, ignoring residents' warnings about the palace's dark history. As they drove down the winding road to their new home, the sun began to set, casting long shadows over the landscape. The palace loomed before us, a stark silhouette against the fiery sky. The air grew colder as they approached, and Emily shivered despite her excitement. "Are you sure about this, James?" she asked, her voice trembling slightly. James gave her a reassuring smile. "It's perfect, Em. Please think of the stories we could tell, the shots we could capture. This is exactly what we were looking for." They made their way to the front door. The heavy wooden door revealed a large foyer covered in dust and cobwebs. The air inside was stale and carried a faint smell of decay. "Let's get our gear ready and quickly scan the place," James suggested. "We can sense the planning before we start the real investigation tonight," Emily pointed out, her heart beating with fear and anticipation. As they explore the mansion, they find room after room filled with decaying furniture, distorted mirrors, and faded pictures. The atmosphere was oppressive, as if the walls were watching them. As night fell, the palace seemed to come alive with an unsettling energy. The wind howled through the broken windows, and strange creaks and groans echoed through the empty halls. James and Emily set up their cameras and recording devices, keen to catch any paranormal activity, and began their investigation in the grand foyer. James was holding a digital voice recorder, while Emily was holding an EMF detector. They asked standard questions, hoping to get a reaction from anyone who might be present. "Is there anyone here with us?" James called. His voice echoed through the cavernous space. For a few moments there was only silence. Then the EMF detector in Emily's hand began to surge, its lights flashing violently. "James, look at this." She explained that they stared at the device, and their excitement increased. Suddenly, a cool breeze blew through the hallway, and the temperature seemed to drop by several degrees. Emily shivered, feeling an icy touch on her arm. "You didn't feel it?" she whispered. James preferred it, his eyes wide. "I think we might have made a connection." They reviewed the footage and audio recordings from the initial examination, and were shocked when they heard faint whispers and inexplicable noises, so they decided to explore the upper floors. The staircase creaked under their weight as they ascended to the second floor. The air grew thicker, and the oppressive feeling intensified. At the end of a long hallway, they found a narrow staircase leading to the attic. "This place gives me the creeps," Emily admitted, gripping James's arm. "Me too," James replied, "but that's what makes it exciting." They climbed the stairs and pushed open the attic door. The room was filled with old furniture covered in white sheets, and the only light came from their flashlights. The air was stale, and dust particles floated in the beams of light. As they moved through the attic, they heard a faint sobbing sound. Emily's heart raced as she scanned the room to locate the source. The sobbing grew louder and more desperate. "James, over here," she said, pointing to a corner of the attic. They approached cautiously, their flashlights illuminating a small, dust-covered rocking chair. The chair began to rock back and forth, the sobbing now clearly emanating from the empty seat. "Who are you?" James asked, his voice trembling. "Why are you here?" The sobbing stopped abruptly, and the room fell into an eerie silence. Emily reached out to touch the chair, but an unseen force shoved her backward before she could, sending her crashing into a pile of old boxes. "Emily!" James shouted, rushing to her side. "I'm okay," she said, her voice shaky, "but something doesn't want us here." Determined to uncover the manor's secrets, they continued their investigation, searching for any clues that might explain the haunting. In the master bedroom, they discovered a loose floorboard. Underneath, they found a small leather-bound journal. The pages were yellowed with age, and the ink was faded, but they could still make out the writing. The journal belonged to a woman named Eleanor Hollowbrook, the original owner of the manor. As they read her entries, they learned of a tragic love affair and a series of mysterious deaths that had plagued the household. Eleanor wrote of a dark presence that seemed to control the manor, driving its inhabitants to madness and despair. "I fear the manor is cursed," Eleanor wrote in her final entry. "The darkness has claimed my beloved Henry, and now it comes for me. I can feel it in the walls, in the very air I breathe. I must warn those who come after me. The spirits here are not at rest, and they will never let us go." James and Emily exchanged worried glances. The journal confirmed their suspicions. Hollowbrook Manor was a place of great evil, and they were not alone. "We need to leave," Emily said, her voice trembling. "Not yet," James replied. "We need to document this. We need proof." Reluctantly, Emily agreed. They continued their exploration, eventually finding a hidden door behind an old tapestry. The door led to a small windowless room that reeked of decay. In the center of the room was a crude altar, stained with blood and covered in strange symbols. "Oh my God," Emily whispered. "What happened here? Suddenly?" The room grew unbearably cold, and the lights on their equipment flickered. A low guttural growl filled the air, and the surrounding shadows seemed to come alive. "James, we need to go." "Now," Emily urged. Before they could move, the door slammed shut, trapping them inside. The growling grew louder, and the shadows closed in on them. Panic set in as they struggled to find a way out. "There's no escape," a voice whispered in James's ear. Summoning all their courage, James and Emily fought against the overwhelming fear. They clawed at the door, finally managing to pry it open. They stumbled out of the hidden room and raced down the stairs, the oppressive presence close behind them. The manor seemed to come alive with malevolent energy, doors slamming, and furniture toppling over as they ran. They burst through the front door and into the cold night air, not stopping until they reached their car. Breathless and shaken, they looked back at the manor. The windows seemed to glow with an eerie light, and they could still hear the faint growling. "We're never coming back here," Emily said, her voice resolute. James nodded in agreement. "Let's get out of here." As they drove away, the manor loomed behind them, its dark secrets still hidden within its walls. James and Emily vowed to never speak of what they had experienced, but the memories would haunt them forever. Back at their home, James and Emily reviewed the footage and recordings of their investigation. The evidence was undeniable. They had captured voices, shadowy figures, and inexplicable phenomena. They shared their findings online, quickly gaining a following of fascinated and terrified viewers. Despite their newfound fame, the couple couldn't shake the lingering fear of their encounter. They often woke in the middle of the night, hearing the growls and whispers from the manor echoing in their minds. Months later, they received a package in the mail. Inside was an old, yellowed letter addressed to them. The handwriting was familiar. It was Eleanor Hollowbrook's. To those who dare to uncover the truth, the letter began. The darkness that plagues Hollowbrook Manor is not bound to its walls. It follows those who seek it, and it will never let you go. James and Emily's blood ran cold as they read the final words. The haunting of Hollowbrook Manor was far from over. The spirits they had disturbed had followed them, and their lives would never be the same.